Hello. So today we're going to go over the Argus Surveillance DVR 4.0 exploit, which can be found on exploit-tb. Um, Basically, it is a very basic exploit about a Python script that basically um, pretty much decrypts a password hash that's made by the Argus surveillance system. Whenever you say make a new password or change your password, it's saved as a hash such as this, um, and it's very easy to decode due to you know a very simple four letter slash character translating into a basic ASCII variable. Um, so I'm going to show you how to set up this exploit and how to actually exploit it. So first things first, you're gonna want to go and download the Argus Surveillance DVR 4.0. Um, I have the website pulled up right here. Basically, you can go to this URL or just basically Google or on whatever your favorite search engine, Argus Surveillance DVR 4.0 download, and it should bring you to this website. So what you're going to want to do is click on any of three of these buttons. Um, I found that this first button brings me to a unavailable page. So I will click the further down button, which will start my download of an executable file. Um, and if that doesn't work, then I can try again, and hopefully that will start off. There we go, down here. So what we're gonna want to do is run it. Basically, this is just the installer for the Argus Surveillance DVR system. So we're gonna press yes here, um, and this is just keep the default selection for your destination directory, and click install, and it's gonna install the whole entire Argus Surveillance DVR system for you. So we're just going to wait for that to install. Okay, so as successfully installed, this will surely go away, and it will start up. Awesome. So we are taken to this screen. This is the Argus Surveillance DVR kind of application. Basically, it's used on surveillance for Windows XP, Windows 2000, and Windows Vista computers, but it kind of works on any Windows system. Um, so what we're going to want to do to actually set up this exploit is go to users, and we're going to create a new user. So for this, we're going to do ADE-exploit, but it can be any username that you would like. We're just creating a new user, and for here, we're going to change the password. So we're going to change this password to be anything we want. It does have suggestions on the bottom of what it should be, but it will not make you follow those conditions. So I'm just going to do something. And once we're done with that, we press OK. And now it should have saved both the user and the new password. And we can now go on to actually exploiting it. So what we're going to want to do is, if you don't already, I'm going to need you to download Python, because in order to run the Python file, you need to have Python. And that isn't always automatically had with every Windows computer. So we're just going to download Python. I'm just going to run this. And to get to this screen, you can literally just Google Python download, or just copy the URL up top here, and it should bring you to the python.org downloads page. Um, we're going to be brought up with a dialog window. You I would select the add python.exe to path just because it is useful. If you ever use Python in the future, Python is a great tool. But just for now, we're just going to select the install now button, which is we'll set up Python and all the default variables. So we're going to click here. We're going to also select yes here, and it will finish installing Python for us. So we're just going to wait for that to finish. All right, so it has finished setting up. So we're just going to close this out. And now we're going to actually, we're going to download the uh, Python file, which you can see here. And by doing this, we go to the exploit-db.com page, and you either can manually create the Python file by creating a .py file and copying and pasting this code. Or you can just simply select this download button, and we're going to save it into our downloads folder. It's going to be very simple. So now that we have that saved, to actually get the hash of the password that we need, we're going to need to go to our C drive, and we are going to need to go into our program data, which if you cannot see the program data, I suggest you turn on your hidden items so that you're able to see hidden folders. So go into the program data, then go into the Pi software folder, and then when you're here, go to the Argus surveillance DVR folder, and then you will find the DVR params.ini. That's just configuration settings for the Argus surveillance DVR system. So what you're going to want to do near here is right click on that, and you're going to want to open with Notepad. So we're going to open it as, I guess, a text file, essentially. And you should be brought up with essentially a list of different settings for the Argus surveillance system. And so now we're going to look for our password one, which is the password that we just created. You can do this by either scrolling up or down, or you can do Control F, which is what I'm going to do. Password one. We're going to press find next, and here we are. So now that we have password one, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this hash that was made. I'm going to copy that, and we are going to, that's all we need. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our downloads folder and open up the Python file. We're also going to open that up with Notepad. You can use another app in your system, not the actual one that suggests, because that will run the Python file, not open it up. So we're going to open this up with Notepad. And so we're going to go down to this line. It's right underneath the change this comment. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this whole hash and we're going to place it with the one that we just copied. So I just did that. So now instead of the default hash that I had, we now have the password hash. Make sure to save this, and you can close this out. And so the very last step is you're going to go into the command line or a command prompt, and you're going to navigate to your downloads folder. And from here, what you're going to want to do is type Python and then the name of the program, which is 50130.py. And basically what this will do is that it's going to just run the Python file. And by doing so, with our new hash, um, it decrypts essentially our password that was given. So for me, my password that I typed into the Argus surveillance system for the ADE exploit was HackerMan, and it was able to very quickly find that out. Um, and yeah, that's basically the exploit. It's very simple, but it can be very effective in order to find out, you know, this uh, the passwords and be able to authenticate into, the Argus surveillance system, and therefore be able to look at the surveillance systems that are here, such as the cameras and the records. Which, even though it is very simple, it can be very critical to the structure of the system. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side.